Hello there, welcome back. Today we are going to be at the historic St. Mary's Church, and we are going to be exploring the grounds, taking a look at some of the gravestones, finding out who is buried here, what kind of stories they have to tell us. And of course, we're going to be looking for ghosts along the way. So if that sounds like a plan, then let's get started. We have with us today three friends, Daniel, Maya, and Crystal. They have been best friends since school. Now they've come to explore this area because it's rumored to be one of the most haunted places in the country. In fact, there was a survey done recently which showed that 42% of people in the UK believe that this place is haunted, that there are spirits here waiting to be discovered. But for our three friends, they're just here for fun. As they round the corner of the old stone wall, the three friends find themselves captivated by the haunting outline of the abandoned church, its time-worn stones bathed in the soft glow of the morning daylight. The tall, narrow windows like vacant eyes staring out across the overgrown path and neglected graveyard that lay before them. Up close, the texture of the stonework is rough and uneven, weathered by centuries of wind and rain, whispering tales of a time long past. As they approach, the iron gates creaking ominously in the distance, the friends exchange nervous glances, a mixture of excitement and apprehension on their faces. There was something about the silence of the place that was unnerving, broken only by the rustling of leaves and the distant call of a crow. The air grew colder as they stepped inside, sending shivers down their spines. Daniel, being the brave one of the group, steps forward, his eyes scanning the area, determined to make the most of this adventure, his jaw set firmly, his gaze unwavering. Beside him, Maya, ever the dreamer, stands with her hands clasped gently in front of her, her floral blouse fluttering gently in the breeze. Her eyes are wide with childlike wonder, taking in the grandeur of the crumbling structure before her. Meanwhile, Crystal, practical and grounded, adjusts her dark leather jacket, a hint of concern flickering across her face. She looks from the dilapidated building to her friends, hoping there won't be any trouble. As the friends venture deeper into the grounds of St. Mary's Church, the midday sun begins its slow climb towards the zenith, casting long shadows that dance and sway with the gentle breeze. High overhead, the bell tower seems to reach toward the heavens, its silhouette stark against the bright expanse of blue. The trio moves deeper into the heart of the graveyard, where rows upon rows of moss-covered headstones stand like silent sentinels, each bearing witness to lives lived and lost. Daniel, with his adventurous spirit, walks towards an ornate marble headstone, its intricate carvings hinting at a life of wealth and privilege. He runs his fingers along the cool surface, trying to decipher the faded inscription. Beside him, Maya pauses by a weathered wooden cross, its paint peeling like sunburnt skin. She closes her eyes, imagining the prayers that might have been whispered beneath its shade. Crystal, always the pragmatist, notices a nearby bench and suggests they take a rest, sharing stories and laughter that echo softly in the stillness. The friends' chatter is suddenly cut short by the sound of their own voices. Startled, they turn to find the source of the eerie echo, realizing it is their own voices bouncing back at them from the crumbling nave of the church. With a mix of fear and fascination, they continue their exploration, venturing closer to the dilapidated structure. The air grows heavy with the scent of decay as they push open the creaking door and step inside. The interior of the church is dimly lit, the shafts of sunlight piercing through the gaps in the boarded-up windows, illuminating motes of dust dancing in the still air. The vaulted ceiling is a tapestry of fading grandeur, adorned with remnants of colorful frescoes and the peeling remains of what might have once been a magnificent stained glass window. As they move further into the nave, the friends can't shake off the feeling that they're not alone. The silence is no longer peaceful, but charged with an unsettling energy. Daniel, trying to lighten the mood, makes a joke, but even his usual playful banter lacks its usual warmth. Maya shivers, pulling her jacket tighter around her shoulders, as if warding off more than the morning chill. Crystal, ever vigilant, notices a sudden movement in the corner of her eye, but when she turns to investigate, there is nothing there. The feeling of unease settles over them like a shroud, making the grand old church feel more like a tomb than a house of worship. With a shared glance that speaks volumes, the friends decide to leave the church, stepping back out into the sunshine. The vibrant colors of the graveyard seem almost garish after the somber tones inside. The ornate iron gates stand like a dark silhouette against the brightening sky, beckoning them to leave. As they pass through, the feeling of oppressive stillness lifts, replaced by the gentle murmur of the wind through the leaves. Safe in the bright light of day, the friends gather near the main entrance, their hushed whispers echoing the solemnity of the place. The church behind them seems to shrink back into the shadows, its secrets once again safe from prying eyes. Daniel, normally so quick with a joke or a playful comment, is uncharacteristically silent, lost in thought. Maya, her earlier wonder replaced by a quiet reverence, traces patterns in the dirt with the toe of her boot. Crystal, ever the voice of reason, suggests they move on, the unspoken understanding passing between them. It's time to leave the churchyard behind, to let its ghosts rest in peace. With a final lingering look at the imposing structure, the friends turn and walk away, their footsteps crunching on the gravel path. The sound of their voices returns, carrying with it the promise of laughter and lightheartedness. The dark weight of the church seems to lift with every step, but the memory of its shadowed secrets lingers still. Now, as they stroll along the winding path that leads away from the church, the friends find themselves enveloped by the beauty of the churchyard, now bathed in the warm glow of late afternoon sunlight. The towering oak tree stands as a steadfast sentinel, its gnarled branches reaching towards the sky like the arms of a giant. The ivy that creeps up its trunk and across the weathered headstones adds a touch of wild beauty to the scene, a reminder of nature's enduring power. Daniel, with a newfound seriousness in his voice, suggests they take a moment to remember those who might be resting beneath the stones. Maya, her earlier trepidation forgotten, nods in agreement, her eyes scanning the inscriptions on the headstones, each one a story waiting to be uncovered. Crystal, always practical, keeps an eye on their surroundings, ensuring their reverie doesn't make them oblivious to their surroundings. Their peaceful contemplation is momentarily broken by the distant sound of a car, its horn echoing through the stillness. As the vehicle passes by, the friends resume their quiet vigil, their thoughts drifting to the lives that unfolded within these ancient walls. The air is thick with the scent of blooming flowers, mingling with the earthy aroma of the old graveyard. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves overhead, creating a soothing melody that lulls the friends into a state of tranquil reflection. As the light begins its slow descent, casting long shadows across the grass, the friends rise to leave. With a shared sense of solemnity, they walk in companionable silence towards the path leading out of the churchyard. The towering oak tree stands silhouetted against the darkening sky, a solemn guardian watching over them as they go. Hand in hand, the friends step out of the churchyard, leaving the secrets and whispers of the past to those who slumber there. The setting sun paints the sky in hues of orange and purple, a fitting end to their journey of discovery. With the weight of history gently upon them, they carry the stories of the churchyard in their hearts, a reminder of the lives that have unfolded within these ancient walls. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the story, please do leave a like and subscribe for more content.